Hello, my name is Eileen, and I woke up this morning with guidance to invite you into my Sunday morning connecting time. I've been doing this for a few decades now, over a few decades. But in the last 15 years, it has looked more like this. And I'd like to demonstrate it so that you can be invited into a process that I was given essentially through contact with non-human intelligence. All of the hundreds of messages that I've brought through have been about our changing, transforming consciousness in these times. And basically, how to move through this, how to move with the changes instead of simply resisting them and staying with the perceived comfort zone of what you know. As experiencers, it's what they call us, people who have had contact experiences and a variety of other modalities. I'm not here to educate on the modalities of contact. This can be searched out and you can educate yourself simply because the energies are so different now and they're accelerating so rapidly that there won't be the time to be a researcher in the outer world so much anymore. Not only time, but availability. So my work is to learn, apply what I was given, practice it, in this case for 15 years, this particular practice, and to show it to you, to demonstrate it to you so that you have a map from me. Other people have other maps. You have to go with what you feel, what you're drawn to. It's my maps for how to connect with the rest of your consciousness, the rest of yourself with a capital S, or at least begin that path. Ultimately, you're connecting with your source, what a lot of people were taught to name God. I don't use that term very much, simply because I'm very aware of the darker forces that have worked in the past behind religion, behind government, all of our institutions that we once thought were so solid and real. They are not, and they are crumbling. And so what is at the foundation of that crumbling? Who are you? What are you aligned with? I would say to align with the essence of love in any way, shape, or form that you can, because love is what will lead the way through these times. And the true God is love. there has been a false God presented to you that has generated fear and misunderstanding and a disconnect from the mother, a disconnect from soul. And this is what is changing. We all have an opportunity to restore the balance within our own consciousness so that we may move with the earth as she restores her balance. So I'm going to be pausing this, and I will do that right now because the energy is building within me. This connection is happening basically through telling the truth. And that's it. It's so simple. We're taught to think and believe that everything is so complex and so difficult, and we therefore have to look to our leaders to tell us what to do. That leadership is within you 100%. So I'm going to pause it for a moment and listen. This is usually when the energy pours in like this, it becomes a translated message. I am, because I listened and followed through with the guidance when it came and taught me from within, this turned into me translating in real time the wisdom that comes in these packets of energy, spheres of light is how I perceive it. It's a different way of being. It's a different way of knowing. And through these messages, I have been informed repeatedly that this is our natural state. It is simply suppressed. And we don't need to go into the stories and the drama anymore about how that came to be and how we are victims and we have to fight this oppression. No, the quickest pathway to transcending all of this, transcending our tendencies to feel small and victimized. This can be done very rapidly through this practice of intention and attention. It's a conscious dialogue with the self, with a capital S. It's a conscious dialogue with your original source creator. You were taught basically through these organized religions that you had to go through them. You never had to. You have all of this within you. And the more you pay attention and the more you dialogue, the more layers and levels of you are unlocked from within. This was my experience. I see more, I know more, I understand more because I followed this map that I was given. So I'll be back with you in just a few moments. For you, it will appear to be seconds. Vishtundai. Mm. 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 Ah. 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 Haishtamundai. Dishtundai. Bolainjdva. Ushtama. Way. It is I. This is the voice of your soul. This is the voice of what waits within you to be unlocked, to be revealed, to be shared at this timing. This is being made available in this way, simply to offer the presence, a reminder of who you are and what you are connected with. Some of you will feel this. Some of you will begin to feel this enlivening at your core simply by being present in this moment, in this way. Now, this is not ideal in this fashion. We understand. But it is your time of gestation, your time to return to the womb, to let go of all that you had been taught, practiced, invested in, believed to be true in your outer world. Now you may stay in your stories of being a victim, or even in your hero stories. But there is a birth that is waiting to happen within you. this birth, if allowed, if you are present with it, and you nurture it and understand the power of it, when this divine child, that is your true state, is delivered into this world, that is when everything changes. You have been given this gift to stop this world that you have been so invested in. You see, human consciousness at this time requires an interruption. This is your interruption. What will you do with this time and space? We speak to those who are choosing this love and this way forward into this light and this full memory of who you actually are. To restore your gifts, your power, your clarity, your oneness, your access to the source field. We would say, simply stop. And you are, as we have said, being given this opportunity to stop. Stop trying to make up a story. Stop trying to explain this in limited terms. You are not fully here. Most of humanity is moving about like a ghost. You are not embodied. You are not divinely embodied beings as you were designed to be. So you may remain in this disembodied state and continue to follow those that you give your power to, your own authority, your own power to author your own lives and be fully who you are on and with the earth. But if you choose to continue to believe, leave your being in order to receive data and information. You do not need to leave your being to receive the data, to be informed by love. This is the timing, as we have informed through many of these messages. This is the timing for you to decide. But do you know, you are not deciding with your mind. You are not deciding with your cleverness. It is your body. It is your heart. Ultimately, that decides. Now, whether you are connected to it consciously or not, your body, your hearts, the rest of what is available to you in every single cell of your being, which you have turned off because you have been essentially programmed to turn it off through generation after generation after generation of families passing this limited data along. Why do you think you have visitors for you experiencers? Why would they come and initially frighten you? Why would this happen? Once again, you are staying inside of your stories. You are clinging to your stories. And there is even a saying, that's my story and I am sticking to it. You see, it is important at this time that you not stick to anything from the past. Do not stick to a story, a narrative of any kind. Receive your data from within. Receive your data from every cell in your being. Receive your data from this light that is pouring through now. This is the universal station. This is the universal channel, if you will. You have only been choosing a handful of channels from your outer world to receive your data, and you have forgotten the whole channel, the main channel, the universal station and broadcast of love, of light, of data that informs you, that awakens you, that guides you through this transformational time. You do not need to fear anything if you restore this connection to the true station, the one station within all. And it is love being broadcast. There is a deep wounding within all of you, in the deepest part of your being. And it is a wounding with the mother. This is one-on-one with your mother, creator. And it is you that will unearth her, restore her, restore your consciousness, restore your power, restore create, a new earth reality. We have said this many times. Any story that has come from your old reality, which is gone, essentially, you are only keeping it real by giving it that power and giving your leaders that power. But truly, right now, you are sitting in the light. And it is a little foggy because you are being given an opportunity to decide if you want to take in your information and act on that information from your world, from a world that is dying. Or do you want to face that deep wounding within you with the mother? Heal it and restore your whole consciousness. And you do get to choose. So essentially, you are choosing what you have always known, or you may choose stepping into the unknown with a few maps here and there that arrive and are given to you when you happen to land in a space where you hear a voice like this telling you that you have everything within you that you need to navigate into a new reality that is representative of the beauty, the grace, the power that you were designed to be. We are not speaking of a long drawn out process. It is simply meet your maker now. While your heart still beats inside your chest, meet your maker now. There are no instructions, there are no steps to take. Have the courage to simply wander inside of yourself and say, hello, I am here. I don't know how to do this. Speak honestly. I don't know how to do this, but I'm here. And I choose love. And I choose the way forward in love. I'm here to remember how to do this. Do this whenever you become aware of a new moment where you can do this. This is how you engage with the rest of yourself and your creator, your source creator. Not the God character that you were given who is vengeful and angry and controlling. That is the one who is dissolving. So do not be fooled in these times. By only receiving your data, your information from the mental prison. The gates are open. There are no more bars. You are free to walk out of that prison right now. And it is done through your consciousness. It is not done through your existing characters from inside the prison. It is done through your choice to walk out and say, I do not know anything. And here we are. Honesty, innocence is what brings more data to you. There is no structure to follow. There are no steps to follow, except be willing to not know anything. Be willing to be informed by love. Be willing to remember how to do this. Be willing to restore all of your capacities that you were designed to be. And it will accelerate rapidly in the direction of an empowering, benevolent reality. These old narratives, these old authorities, they have no power over you except what you give them. You do not even need to battle them. There are no battles to be had. There is only you rising up to be all that you are. And there is deep, deep and ancient fear here. Your fear of betrayal. That is at the deepest core of your being. And when you are willing to meet the mother here, to heal, to forgive yourself for your limited view, you will see the truth. And you will come back online with the universal love, universal truth that is then brought through you in your own unique way to live the life as the divine human, the true human. This is what many of you are here to do. If this is not for you, it is your choice, and you are loved in making your choices. We are simply here to say and remind that this is available to you. Love is available to you. We thank you for your attention. Not to this voice, but to whatever attention you are willing to give to your own heart your own being, your own relationship to your true God, source of all. This must be known and felt directly in order for you to receive what you need next and next and next. You do not need an intermediary to deliver your source data to you. It is built into you. Simply have enough curiosity and will to step into it and inquire. And you will discover that it is the most real thing you have ever felt. And you will begin to build your lives your real lives and your real world once again. We thank you for your courage, to remember you are deeply, deeply loved. You are honored, revered throughout the multiverse. For there is no other kind of being quite like human. And there are many layers of dimensions watching. This intersection for you. For they are aspects of you ready to be integrated back into your being. This is what your contact is. These aspects of you that come visiting, and through your filters, through the pain, through the fear, it is distorted. And you have distorted stories to tell about contact. Ultimately, this contact is about restoring you and integrating these ways of being, these beings that seem foreign to you. It is time to integrate. It is time to remember, so that you may move on into the originally designed human experience. Before, you were sent off in a direction and cycles of limitation. Others will bring forward the histories once you are able to perceive them. You must unlock many more layers of your consciousness in order to fully understand anything now, even this translation is far less than what is coming through energetically for you. Some of you will feel this. This is what enlivens. This is what unlocks. It is not the words unlocking you. This is simply a foothold into your world through language. This is what contact looks like now. For those who have been in conscious relation and dialogue with these, in quotation marks, visitors. Do not stay stuck in your stories. Be willing to graduate from story and embody and integrate the truth of who you are. Now, we thank you. Good day. So that's what happens. When they taught me how to hear and translate what they wanted to say. Now, what is they? Just the unintegrated aspects of ourselves. Something that people are calling, these wide variety of races and beings. There's far more data there for you to unpack, but it's about you. It's not about them. So you are at this unprecedented moment in consciousness. To accept that which you are. Or choose to pretend, keep pretending that you're something much smaller than what you are. There is so much love here to be unpacked within you. I'm just here to point you to it. I'm here to mirror this for you. I'm here to demonstrate it. I'm here to model it for you. You get to discover what's at your core. You get to discover when you begin to integrate these pieces of you that you're calling ET and angels. You get to discover what magic you have within you. And part of my service is to be born and hear and go through the programming, have contact to wake me up again, fall into sleep again, contact to wake me up, until I finally started listening. And then I kept listening and I kept applying what was being given to me. And now I'm talking to you. Like they talk to me. Because I'm going to appear crazy. I'm going to sound crazy. And you get to choose what's crazy right now and what is sane. Love to you.
Her truth, like a virus, is triggered inside to wholly reclaim and synchronize the healing of earth and the heart of love bedded deep inside this human design, a birth from a wedding of epic kind between beautiful flesh and the sweet divine. She's in the earth, the water, the wind, the light. It's her right to destroy the machine that keeps human hearts from expanding, repurposing, exploding on the canvas of infinity. She is rising in the children like all who've died and returned awake, who must carry the music of knowing truth in this dead and forgetting place. So she appears too honest, too open, too present, too much, and as such, she rises within anyone who hears the song and welcomes the sound of source. To resonate, to orchestrate with a chorus above and beyond, off-road, off-world, off-script, born to break it down and uplift. She's immune to the judgment of little minds. She already thrives beyond your petri dish, your experiments, your dried and cracked riverbed lives, for she is the flash flood that arrives to remind, to restore the waters of life. No given context and frame is too small to keep her away. This time, she stays. Be the courage to welcome her home inside your bones, your blood, your DNA. Be the courage to see that she is the magic, the music, the love that is absolutely weaving us back to one.